Water is a fundamental human need. It is essential for the well-being and growth of an individual. According to UNICEF, every human requires 20 to 50 liters of clean water per day for basic necessities like drinking, cooking, and bathing. However, this indispensable element is being deprived from millions of children and adults. This is because developing countries are deficient of the required geological know-how and funds to build safe and accessible water points. Also, lack of intervention by the government and trust among the people make it extremely difficult to sustain clean water sources. Due to this, people living in those areas have to walk extreme distances to fulfill their needs, and by doing so, risking their health, safety, and time. A report from WHO shows that 2.1 billion people lack access to safely managed drinking water. Studies show that women and young girls in rural parts of Asia and Africa walk an average of 6 kilometers every day, which amounts to 4.5 hours every week, to fulfill the water requirements of their family. This represents a loss of employment time and also education. Studies also show that these women haul around 40 to 110 pounds of water per household member when walking these extreme distances. This causes severe injuries, including permanently strained shoulders and necks. On 28th of July 2010, the United Nations General Assembly explicitly recognized the human right to water and sanitation. The resolution calls upon member states and international organizations to provide financial resources, help capacity building, and technological transfer to help countries, in particular developing countries, to provide safe, clean, accessible, and affordable drinking water. Problems associated with water projects in villages. Improper geological know-how and funds. In many poor nations, vast number of villages where wells are feasible do not have them. Boring deep holes require geological know-how and expensive heavy machinery. Water in many countries, as in Ethiopia, is the responsibility of each district, and these local governments have little expertise or money. People who live in slums and rural areas with no access to drinking water are the same people who don't have access to politicians to help their case. So the effort to make clean water accessible falls largely on charity groups whose success is mixed. Lack of intervention by the government and trust among people. Villages of different developing countries are littered with the ghosts of water project past. They are known by this name because they are left neglected and unmaintained within a few years after their construction. In places like Consos, the problem is very evident. Sometimes the technological used can't be repaired locally, or the spare parts are only available in the capital. But other reasons associated with trust also exist. In many cases, villagers can't raise money even for a $3 pot, or don't trust anyone to make the purchase with their pooled funds. If the issue of negligence of water points persists in developing countries, it can lead to a cascade of problems. Lack of water, which is vital for health, can come in the way of daily life activities. Every year throughout the world, children miss around 443 million days of school because of lack of water and waterborne diseases. Lack of accessible points also force families to turn to accessible sources such as lakes and rivers, which are unsafe and unhygienic. Nearly 1,000 children die every year because of diarrhea, which is caused by consumption of unsafe water. Unfortunately, issues of water and sanitation falls on women, especially in rural areas. According to UNICEF, in a study of 25 countries in the sub-Saharan, women spent 16 million hours collecting water each day. Women also face a great risk of physical or sexual assault.